Okay, hi. It's a real pleasure for me to share one of my favorite hobbies with you. That's a longer introduction than I remember writing, but here we go. Without further ado, there are many websites to choose from. These are six that I have used, and they're all quality. They all produce quality products. I'll talk a little bit more about the difference between them towards the end of this presentation. One note, if you do Google photo books, there are some companies that only produce online books. What we're talking about today are print books. You create them on your computer and then they mail them to you. A couple of examples of online books are noted there, and this is something that you would create a book using your own photos, but you would post it on Facebook or one of the other software outlets. But we're not talking about that today. The first step, of course, is to collect your photos and get an idea of what kind of book you want to create. I've created 100-page, what I call coffee table books of special vacations, and I've also made small softcover books of a grandchild's first soccer game. So there's a wide variety of subjects that you can use. Gather your photos. I usually gather mine into one folder on my desktop, and then a good piece of advice is to do any editing on your photos before you begin your book. Each of these software programs have their own editing part of it. However, it's just easier to do it ahead of time, and particularly if you know Photoshop or Photoshop elements. One last note, one of the people in my class had a lot of old paper photographs. She scanned them. Be sure and scan them one at a time if you have these photos. But they made a lovely book. She used a format that looked old, and while the photographs were not of the highest resolution, they were still wonderful. They made a wonderful keepsake for her nieces and nephews. So you don't have to use all digital, original digital photographs. You can scan them. Okay, we are going to use Snapfish today. I have no relationship to Snapfish. I don't own stock or have any relatives. It's a website that has been around a long time. They're real reliable, and it's just a good starting point. I use different websites because some of them have different things that I like for different books. Very first arrow I want to point out here is the deals. I never ever pay full price for a photo book. Some of the larger books can become quite pricey, and so I always look for deals. They're either under the deals, and there's actually one now that's a great deal. It's 65% off. You get an 8x11 hardcover photo book, and that's a great price. The price of a photo book includes 20 pages, and each page, each side of a page counts as a page. When you go over 20 pages, then there's a nominal charge for each additional page. But that's a great price. While there are, there are photo books, and that's what my topic is today. Just be aware there are a lot of other great ways to use your photos. Yes, we all know about coffee mugs with photos on them, or mouse pads or phone cases, but a couple of other examples. My sister takes pictures of flowers, and so she made a pillow, an outdoor pillow for her patio of a particular flower, that photograph that she loved. I got a coupon this summer for a beach towel. Now, I would never think to put photos on a beach towel, but because I had a pretty good discount, I went ahead and made one, and the quality was really pretty good. So there are all kinds of fun things to do in addition to photo books. All right, so Over on the left here, the first step is to bring your photos from your computer to the website. And you would click on Add Photos. You can bring them from your device or from Facebook, Instagram, or Flickr for Snapfish. It varies by software program where you can bring your photos from. Mine are on my device, so I would click Device. And then it asks you whether you want to create a new album or add photos to an existing album. I need to make a distinction here, and I'll go over it again later, but the album is just the location on the website where you store your photos. Then you use those photos to create the digital scrapbook. It seems a little bit redundant to those two steps. It'd be nice if you could just take your photo from your desktop to the actual scrapbook, but it doesn't work that way. So the default for a new album is today's date. I would certainly recommend naming it what your album is going to be about, and then simply click Select Photos. This will take you to your desktop, and come on. Okay, I seem to be stuck. There we go. I've skipped the step where you select your photos from your desktop. I figure you all would know how to do that. So you're uploading photos. Number one on the left shows that I'm uploading 2 images. It shows the bar, the progress bar. 2 shows images of both of those photos. And the third area on the right tells me that I can upload more. I normally will upload about 20 pictures at a time. When this upload is beginning, then I will click Upload More. So you do not have to wait for one upload to finish before you start another upload. Can you upload 100 at a time? Yes, but we all know computers have hiccups, and one of your best shots might accidentally be skipped over. So I just do about 20 at a time. Okay. You will get a notice saying uploads complete, the name of your album, how many you put in the album. And I try and compare this. If I have 150 pictures in my folder on my desktop that I want to bring over, then I want to make sure that there are the same number, 150 photos, in the album on Snapfish. So the upload's complete. I'm going to click Go to Photos. And this is what it looks like. This is different albums. I can use these albums to create different projects, which are listed on the left. Okay. So this is a good visual way for you to tell what pictures are in what album. All right, so I would click on Now, Make a Book. Now this is where it's going to get dicey. I'm going to go live. And let's just make sure. Great. This is the actual homepage of Snapfish. We've seen this just a little while ago. A couple of things I want to show you on this page to help give you a better overview of what we're doing here. The top left, we've seen that before. Add photos. We add the photos. The photos. And yes.
You're still on your PowerPoint.
Oh. Okay. So it says my. Oh, how do I? Oh, resume share.
Okay. Did you share the PowerPoint or did you share the desktop?
Well, I thought I was sharing the desktop.
Okay. We'll do an Alt tab and see if you go to your.
Okay. Whoops. Now, whoops. Now what do you get?
Nothing.
Well, shoot. It says my screen. Let me do this. What is that?
That shows you that shows you the homepage of Snap, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's Snapfish. Okay, I think I'm good. Let me, yes, this is the real page because I'm signed in here. So
Okay.
I think I'm good. Thank you. I apologize to the audience. Okay, so we added photos. The photos go into a section called My Photos. And then I will use those photos to create projects. And as you can see right now, I have 5 projects, going. Excuse me. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take advantage of this special and I'm going to click Make a Book. Oh no, I'm sorry. I need to go back. I apologize. Let's talk about sizes. Rewind. Obviously, the bigger the book, the larger the price tag. This 11 by 14 landscape is $69.95. That includes the 20 pages. That's why I always talk about coupons because these, as I said, these can get pricey. Let's scroll on down. Each of these websites that I've used have people that they hire to design lovely layouts. They, for example, fall. You might want to make a fall book and they will have 6 or 8 fall colored backgrounds with fall leaves and pumpkins, etc. So they've done a lot of the hard work for you and then you simply place your photos into that design theme. There are all kinds of design themes. We'll look at a couple a little bit later. Covers. This first one is a linen cover with a cutout in the middle. I've made linen covers and they're great. They look nice, but they do get dusty, and I've given up on dusting. This is what I normally use now, just a glossy photo cover. There are also leather covers. I have not made a leather cover. One other important decision as you're thinking about making your book is one, soft cover or hard cover. Obviously the soft cover is less expensive and it might be a fun way to start so that you don't have a lot invested in your first book. The next decision is lay flat or not. And let's go to this. I hope you can see my pointer here. As you know, the normal book loses some of the photo in the crease there. The lay flat does not. If there are several photos that you want to spread, or excuse me, one photo that you wish to spread across 2 pages in your book, it's a very striking effect. Lay flat is a wonderful option then, but it is significantly more expensive. If you don't have photos that you wish to spread across 2 pages, you're just going to have 4 photos on the left side and 3 photos on the right side, for example, then you don't really need to worry about the lay flat cover. Okay. This is an overview of what we're talking about. There are a lot of components to scrapbooking and it's easy for your head to spin. The design theme, number 1, we talked about that. 2 backgrounds. If you like the design theme background, you can keep it or you can change the background. I've done a couple of beach books and I'll use a background of sand. I've even taken my own pictures of sand and used that as the background. Then choosing a photo layout. This sample has 4 photos of different shapes and different sizes, and you can simply click that and that will appear on your page and you can place your pictures in it. You're not stuck with it. There's all kinds of layouts, or you can just use your own layout. You can easily arrange the images, switch pages. If it's not in the right order, it's very easy to do that. Another fun thing to do Snapfish calls them embellishment. There are different terms in different software programs, but there are phrases, there are stickers, and I'll show you some of those later. There might be a sticker of a pair of flip-flops for a beach book, for example. And lastly, add text. You can add titles, but you can also add whole pages of text. If you've taken a trip in which a lot of history is involved, you might want a whole page of simply text so that it helps you remember what you did. One more thing I want to show you on this page before we get started. This is an example of when you might want to use a lay flat page. The bike is right in the middle, and if it were a regular book binding, a lot of that, the middle of that yellow bicycle would be not visible. It would be in the crease of the book, which might be distracting. This is a lovely photo, and it's a very nice, the lay flat is very nice. I do it on my bigger books. I don't do it on all of my books. Okay, there's all kinds of help. Every one of these websites wants you to use their website, so they have people that create designs for you. One of the other websites has a design center with a lot of examples. Snapfish has a blog, and each one of them has a way for you to come up with ideas to create a book that's going to wow people. Okay, I'm going to scroll back, and I'm going to click Make a Book. I'm finally going to start showing you what we're going to do. Okay, this is an example of one of the design themes. There's family, everyday, travel, etc. I'm going to click on travel. I'm going to use some photos from a trip we took to Mount Rushmore a couple of years ago. And so I'm going to click on road trip. And then I'm simply going to click make this book. Okay, it doesn't take me to a book, but it takes me to my photos. These are the albums that I've created. Earlier this week, I uploaded 49 pictures that are in this album entitled Rushmore 2014. So that's the first thing I need to do, is bring these photos over to the actual project. So I'm going to click. Now remember, these photos are already on the website. So I'm going to select them all, and then I'm going to, on the right side, add to project. It's not going to take nearly as long to do this as when you originally upload. Okay, here's something you'll have to make a decision about. It says your shortcut to a beautiful book. Autofill. Snapfish and all the programs will place your pictures for you in chronological order, but sometimes their chronology is not the same as mine. And it gives you a price range based on how many pictures they put on a page. I always place my photos manually. All right, so here is our basic working space. And there's a lot going on this page, and I think I can cover most of it in the 20 minutes or so that we have left. This is the book. This is the cover. This is the travel theme that I picked. Obviously, we didn't go to the Grand Canyon, so I'm going to change that. It did happen to be summer of 14, which is ironic. The forward arrow will take you to the next page. On the left is the inside cover, and this will always be blank. You can't put anything here, so don't try. I'm on page 1, so anything I do now, it says all roads lead to Grand Canyon. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to select the text box, and the text box works pretty much the same way it does and Microsoft Word. So I'm just going to delete that because we didn't go to the Grand Canyon. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other pages and just note what the designers have created for me. Some of this I like, a lot of it I don't, so I'm going to make adjustments as I go. One of the things I would like to show you up at the top here, you can click on one page at a time. You can click on a book spread, or you can see thumbnails of all the pages. And this shows you the backgrounds and some of the embellishments that are used in this theme. Note the inside front cover, the inside back cover are black. You can't do anything with those. You can put a photo on the back cover. You can't in all the software programs, but in Snapfish you can. All right, I'm going to go back to, actually I'm going to go back to the cover. And now you say, okay, where are your photos? Over on the left, let's talk about these icons on the left. This is a means of transportation between photos and layouts, backgrounds, etc. So I'm going to click on photos. There are my photos. The X means that if I click on the X, that's going to delete the picture from this project. It will still be in my album. These pictures are small. That's another reason I suggest editing them before you bring them over. However, you can get a little, you can enlarge them somewhat. Okay. So the cover picture, since it's Mount Rushmore, first of all, come on here. I'm going to highlight, type Mount Rushmore. I also don't like this small little photo, so I'm going to click on it. Now, what I need to tell you now is about layers. There are several layers here. The black background is a layer. This photo, large photo, is a layer. This small photo is a layer, and also capturing every moment. So when you click to select something, sometimes it gets a little bit confusing as to what you're actually selecting. That was okay. Now I'm going to get rid of this. Going to get rid of this. And that was a piece of tape. All right, so let's go get a photo of Mount Rushmore. And I'm simply going to drag it over. There it is. I can change the background color. I'm going to leave it for right now. We'll talk about backgrounds a little bit more. I do want to spend a few moments on this page talking about the, up here at the top where it says photo and text outside of the dotted lines will not print. So I hope you can see the red dotted line. Those, anything outside of those lines will not print. Now, most of the time that's fine because it's not an important part of the picture, but it is something you need to be aware of. And I'll show you a couple of examples of that in a minute. Now, let's say that I wanted to move this picture. There are a couple of ways to move. You click in the picture to select it. And when you get this magnifying plus or minus bar, this is a zoom tool. Okay, that's one way to move. You could also click in the middle and move it around so that you gain the most pleasant aspect of your picture. Okay. I might make that a little bit bigger. All right. So now I'm just going to click in an open area and leave that alone. Let's go to the next page. And let's see here. I'm going to drag another picture over. And this is actually, it's kind of cool. It's a tunnel, excuse me, through which you drive. And on the other side, when you exit the tunnel, you see Mount Rushmore. So in this case, I might add a text box. Whoops, excuse me, add text. Over here, I clicked on text on in the left, and now I need to also click add text. There we go. And I'm just going to type gibberish, but I might explain a little bit more about that tunnel. You can change the font on the left. There are a lot of fonts. You can change the size. I would make that bigger. Oops, I needed to highlight it. And the color. We'll make it something. This class is not on aesthetics. I wouldn't be doing a lot of, I wouldn't be putting this green here, but the yellow, but we're gonna do it. Now, just like in Microsoft Word, you can rotate text, you can resize it, etc. Okay. Let's talk about backgrounds here for a minute. I really am not crazy about this yellow. So I'm going to go back to the left to all my tools and click on backgrounds. These are the ones that show up now, are the ones that are in this design or theme. And so I can click, excuse me, I'm going to drag it over. This is another one. Nah, I don't like that one. Okay, I'll leave that one. This is kind of interesting, and I can deal with that. There are also colors. Let me show you some of the textures. On the left, there are wood textures, metallic paper. There's one of, it's kind of crumbled paper. So it's wrinkly and looks kind of old. I use that a lot. There are patterns. Let's just look at, and I'm sure this is probably kind of small on your screen, but let me just do one of these just to show you a pattern. And you can play with these all day and all night. If you can't sleep, it's great to come over. Don't forget undo. Upper left. I'm going to go ahead and go back to that one for now. Okay, let's go on to the next page. All right, I don't like this page at all. So I am going to do some deletions. I do like this day one, and this is an embellishment. If you do have a vacation and you want to do it day by day, this might be a good embellishment to use. But it is an embellishment. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. And I'm going to go and get a different background. I'm just going to use this one right now. All right. Now for this page, I have 3 or 4 photos that I want to use. And this page, the default was one single photo. So what I'm going to do, I clicked on layouts on the left. I'm going to go to the 4+ photos. These are all the different suggested ways of placing photos on your page. Okay. And let's see, I'll just use this one. There we go. So I've got those 4 photos. Now I'm going to go back and click on photos and find the photos that I'm going to place in there. We got to see a lot of buffalo. We have buffalo in Oklahoma, but there are a lot more buffalo in North Dakota. Let's see, here's a little buffalo calf. And let me see here. So I'm simply dragging these pictures over. Now, do I need to leave them this way? Absolutely not. this picture of the buffalo on the street with the car, this is actually a state highway, state road. I'm going to zoom in. I think that looks a little bit more pleasing. I'm also going to move it. I just don't like where it is, so I'm going to rotate it. Okay, that's fine. Well, not really. I'm going to move this guy over here. Now remember, there's several ways to move. If I want to move the picture around on the page, I click in the middle and then, well, I'll have to do this. And then I click move. If I want to move the buffalo within the photo frame, then I'm going to click and in the middle and move. You can move, you can't necessarily move in all four directions. Okay, and then I'm going to move this guy out a little bit. Once again, this presentation is not on the artistic part of it, but just simply the basics. I want to move that calf a little bit more. Notice these grid lines. These are great. I'll show you in a minute how you can center one on a page to make sure you have it smack dab in the middle. One thing that I think is missing from these pictures are borders. As a personal preference, I like to set off my picture from the background with a border. So this is another item over here. You can pick all kinds of colors. I'm going to pick something bright just so that it can show up. Notice that the one I checked turns blue, and you can try out different colors and they will all remain checked. It does. So I've used 3 different greens there, and let's say I just like that one, so I'm going to use that. Okay, so I have borders. You can also, if you click on one picture on the left under the border area, you can increase or decrease the width of the border. So you're not limited. You have a lot of choices. I still don't. All right. So that's borders. Let's go to the next page and see what we have. All right, I'm going to add, let's see what I'm going to do here. Let me try this picture. This is the Badlands, and I'm going to, all right. Notice that this picture on the far left, the largest picture, is outside of the dotted line, actually on 3 sides. So I might need to move this picture so that the animals are, and I don't remember what those are. I think they might be pronghorn sheep. All right, so that's a little bit better. Now there's nothing important that's going to be outside the dotted lines. I'm going to get rid of this text box. Well, no, I'm going to, I'll put Badlands. Okay. This page might need an embellishment. So I'm going to click on the left on the embellishment, and the ones that are shown are the ones that have been recently used or part of the theme. I'm going to click on collections, and let's just see what I have. You can do so many, and I don't want to do that. All right. This has nothing to do with this, with Mount Rushmore, but I like this. I like this embellishment, this heart. So I simply drag it over. It's a text box, so you can resize it. You can move it around. You can even put a text box on top of the heart and type something in. Okay. So there we go. And okay, so now I'm going to go back to photos. Let's just take a look at all the pages. And let's say that I want to move pages around. I'm going to put the buffalo picture, it's page 2, and I'm going to move it to page 10. I'm just going to move it down. I'm simply going to drag it, and I never get those pages in the right place the first time. Oh, come on. There we go. So you can move pages around. It's very easy. Another way I like to use this spread is to just make sure it's balanced, make sure that I like the backgrounds. For example, I like this green or blue background better than I like these yellow ones. So you can make some design decisions here. You can't do any editing because it's too small. So you need to go back to spread. And normally I will work in a 2-page spread because those pictures, when you look at your book, are going to be next to each other. Okay, I just have a couple minutes left, so I am going to go back to my slideshow. Let's see if I can do that. Well,
Try an alt click.
yeah, I know. Oh, well, I've been doing a tab click. Oh, but I've been doing alt tab.
Yeah, that should work.
Yeah, but and then it says your screen sharing's paused, and if I resume the share, then it takes me back to my actual live.
Well, minimize, just X out of it.
Okay, I'll minimize. Good idea. Okay, there we go. Can you all tell this is my first presentation? All right. Just before
it didn't minimize.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me do. Dadgummit. New share. Now, did it?
No.
Okay. I'm going to just go on what. Well, I really do need to get back to my. There. How about that?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just going to close it, is what I'm going to do. How about?
Now you're back to it.
Oh, now I was. Okay. There we go. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay, great. I apologize to the audience. Let me talk just real briefly in closing about the different websites. Snapfish and Shutterfly are 2 long-time ones. They've been around a long time, which makes me feel good because I want them to keep my photos for a long time in case I want to use them again. Peekaboo.com is my current favorite. It has a lot of different backgrounds. The pictures are a little bit larger, a little bit easier for me to see. Mixbook is a great one if you have ever done any scrapbooking with scissors, that kind, when there are beautiful layers of paper. They have a lot of beautiful layers that you can make very sophisticated books. Walgreens, I just looked this up last night, has a current special. You can pick up a book, an 8x11, 30-page book on the same day. And I think Walgreens is pretty much throughout the country. So that's a nice option. And collage.com is a newer one, for me anyway. And they have a lot of different items to make. The patio pillow I talked about and beach towel came from there. So with that, here we go. There is my email address.
Not yet.
Oh, crazy. Huh, that's so strange. because is it now?
I got half of it top, but your website's still showing. Can you minimize your website?
Okay, let's just do that. Oh, there we go. Now,
Nope.
now let's see. Darn it. My website's minimized, but then it stops the sharing.
Okay, what you did was when you shared, you didn't share the desktop, you shared each program.
Okay. What do you see now?
The thing. So minimize it, and you're going to get a new share. So click on desktop. You get a choice to click on desktop.
No, I don't.
Okay, you said you minimize it, you get a new share. It says ask you if you want a new share.
No, actually it says resume share. But
Okay.
when I click,
Go back. Okay. Don't click on, you should get something on top of this. I mean, you just get resume share on top of this, or do you get?
Okay, I closed Snapfish, and so I have my last slide, but if I resume share, then Snapfish comes back up.
Okay, don't resume share. Click on, what else you got?
Your screen sharing is paused.
Okay, did you have a desktop? What other option do you have?
What? Start video, participant, new share, resume share.
Do a new share.
Oh, all right. Share screen.
There you go.
Okay. Oh my goodness. There's my email address. I think I'm pretty good at digital scrapbooks. I'm not sure I'm real good at Zoom yet. But that's it. I'm open to any questions.
Okay, if you have any questions, type them in the chat box. And if you have any questions, get back. How much does the average book cost?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. I have spent from about $12 to a soft book to $75. Now, this is with coupons because a normal price, I just ordered a book, it was about 80 pages that if I paid full price, it would have been $150. But I had a 50% coupon, so it brought it down to 75. And it was a larger 82 page, 11 by 14 book. So it was a larger book.
What do you use them for once you get them?
I give them to friends if we travel with friends, or I just have a collection for myself someday when I'm in the home and I can look through the books with the pretty pictures, even if I don't know who the people are anymore.
No.
But I do give a lot as gifts.
Okay. So do you ever do any photo organizing on your computer or anything like that?
Oh, yes. Now, I need to do a lot more, but yeah, you've got to organize your photos. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Well, as I said, we don't have any questions. I'll leave the chat open for about another 10 minutes. If you have any questions. If not, you can stop sharing your computer. And we thank you, Ann.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And thank all the committee. And I especially want to thank Jerry for backing me up today. He's probably ready to go out and have a couple drinks. But he did an excellent job backing me up when my mic went down. So if not, type in questions. If not, we will see you in another couple months. You'll get the videos. If you have any questions, you can email either presenters or APCUG, BTC, or different email addresses. So thank you very much for your presentation, and we'll see you in a couple months. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.